I want to switch gears for a second. And I don't want to spend any more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes mean 15 over here. I don't want to spend any more than 10 minutes on this, but I want to switch gears. And the reason that I want to switch gears is because should we be bringing your local entertainers and celebrities, many of whom also endorse Biden and Kamala Harris for president of the United States of the Americas, should we be bringing our local celebrities to the front of the congregation because rich artists basically finesse the federal government? Biden said you got 10 years to make right on this, but they finessed the federal government and taxpayers of PPP loans, but they got some special loans. Let's talk about it, y'all.
Tonight, big names in entertainment like Lil Wayne, DJ Marshmello, and Chris Brown facing scrutiny for spending millions in COVID relief money on themselves, according to an in-depth report by Business Insider, which reviewed accounting documents and filings with the Small Business Administration, which administered the loans. NBC News has not seen the documents, but the reporting says the celebs were awarded money from the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant.
It was, talked about as something that would help, the local institution concert venue, the middle class stagehand, the small time performing artist who's, just getting their start.
But in the case of A-list star Lil Wayne, Business Insider reviewed documents showing the rapper received $8.9 million in relief funds, spending $1.3 million on private jets.
Disrespectful. Now, y'all do realize, again, that these are taxpayer dollars. Because listen, if we going to sit there and hold regular, everyday people accountable for finessing PPP loans, I don't see why we can't also hold these rappers and singers and electronic music artists and entertainers accountable for doing the same thing. 1.3 million on private jets. That's what you said that you was going to spend it on. Okay, let's continue to go on.
Another $460,000 going to clothes, including Balenciaga and Gucci, after canceling a New Year's Eve show in 2021 due to weather conditions. Business Insider says the rapper apparently partied at a nightclub, but still billed taxpayers nearly $88,000 for the concert that never happened. Chris Brown and his companies receiving $10 million, according to the article, including thousands for his birthday party's LED dance floor, hookah and bottle service, nitrogen ice cream, and
even some burn holes in the rental couches. Certainly not what I think the members of Congress had in mind when they approved this money.
The Business Insider reporting going on to say that an almost $10 million grant to superstar DJ Marshmello's company went straight into his pocket.
They just taking the money and they just making it happen. They just making it rain. Literally making it rain. I seen this the other day. It's funny because I was about to talk about it yesterday, but was it yesterday or the day before? But we had to address Fani Willis, so we pivoted away from that in order to have this conversation. But this is disrespectful in my opinion. This is because see, they'll sit there and say, "Oh no, that's the government." No, this is y'all taxpayer dollars, and these people finessed.
Musicians whose tour revenues declined steeply during the pandemic were likely eligible for the grants, which were awarded based solely on revenue, according to the SBA.
It would not be surprising if this was entirely legal. And it still seems to violate the spirit of what these programs were really targeted at.
DJ Marshmello, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown did not immediately respond to NBC News' request for comment and did not provide comments to Business Insider. This wasn't the only pandemic-era relief program facing scrutiny, as many became a target for fraud. Experts estimating the Paycheck Protection Program meant to help small businesses keep up with payroll was robbed of at least $80 billion.
I think there's plenty of blame to go around. Certainly the program design left itself susceptible to this poor targeting and also to the fraud.
Some experts say celebrity spending like this, even if it didn't violate any laws, could encourage others to take advantage of these programs.
And when you see people getting this money who didn't really need it, you could see where people kind of use that to internalize and to justify maybe kind of pushing the bounds of applying for these things themselves. So
Let's go into the Business Insider report. It's no need in just sitting there and listening to them give a summary of it. Let's see if we can pull it up for ourselves. All right. So this is the Business Insider report, where it basically breaks down exactly how all of these people spent this money. Says even though musicians struggled, Lil Wayne wasn't one of them. He sold his master recordings from his record label's artists for more than $100 million. He was pardoned for felony gun possession in the last minute by then President Donald Trump, who they say hate black people. He purchased a $15.4 million mansion in the mountains of Los Angeles, and he received $9 million of grant money from a little known pandemic relief program that he used to cover more than 2 years worth of spending on a luxury hotel stays, designer clothes, travel to and from the nightclub appearances around the country, which included a private jet. This is from Business Insider. Rappers whose real name is Dwayne Carter spent more than $1.3 million from the grant on private jet flights, $460,000 on clothes and accessories from Gucci and Balenciaga. He billed taxpayers $175,000 to expenses related to a music festival promoting his marijuana brand, and clothing for artists associated with his record label. He used the grant money to cover nearly $15,000 worth of flights and luxury hotel rooms for women whose connection to Lil Wayne's touring operation was unclear, including a waitress at a Hooters type restaurant and a corn with a C, not a P, actress. So y'all think that they just flying them in on their own dime? No, they flying them in on taxpayers' dime. They're flying these women in on taxpayer dime. It's messed up, ain't it? Goes on to say, well, let's skip down. Let's skip down. Party at the nightclub, got it. 2 Chainz, expenses related that he never performed. All right, so this is how Lil Wayne, they got a breakdown of how he spent this grant. He settled a debt owed to ex-manager Cortez Bryant with 2.4, so he didn't even have to come out of the money. Y'all paid for his debt, according to what Business Insider is saying. Commissions to then manager Mac Main of $1.7 million. Private jets, 1.38. Lawyers, 600,000. Accountants, another 600,000. Clothes, $500,000. Contractors to his people that be at his shows, $327,000. Settling a debt to a former accountant that he already hired, $300,000. $15,000 for the lifestyle of the mystery women, and then $1.3 million on everything else. Boy, they out here living like a rock star. I just can't believe that this is playing out the way that it's playing out. Are y'all okay with this? Y'all said, what he doing with his own money? Stacking. Stacking and macking. Stacking and macking. That's what they doing with their own money. Hey. Let's see who else we can go through. Paycheck Protection Program, $200 billion. Got it. They can receive up to $10 million that they can spend on certain ordinary and necessary expenses for their entertainment businesses. They had to make a good faith statement to the Small Business Administration, which oversaw the program, that the grant was necessary to support the loan out company's ongoing operations and show that the company's revenue had fallen by at least 25% between one quarter of 2019 and the same quarter of 2020. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Some wealthy musicians, Chris Brown, DJ Marshmello, Alice in Chains, spent the grants they received through the program. This is insane. Yeah, I think they need to be held accountable for it. Lil Wayne wasn't the only one to engage in questionable grant spending. Chris Brown spent some of his grant on a big paycheck, a big party. Of the $10 million that Brown's company, CBE Touring, received, $5.1 million went to Brown personally. So he said, I'm going to put this in my left pocket. He also billed taxpayers $80,000 for his 33rd birthday party. His 33rd birthday. So when y'all was on Instagram saying, man, that party was lit, you paid for it. He took 5.1 put it in his pocket, took $80,000 and spent it on a birthday party. That's crazy. That is crazy. The blowout held at Lux Los Angeles event space, courtesy of the taxpayers, featured a $3,600 LED dance floor and atmosphere models. Nude women in body paint. Who cost $2,100? Bill included $29,000 for hookah, bottle service, nitrogen ice cream, and damages involving burn holes to rented couches. This is crazy. Charged $24,000 for the grant, to the grant for the cost of driving his tour bus to Tulum. This is insane. $180,000 went to a celebrity basketball tournament broadcast on YouTube. This is insane. This is how Chris Brown spent it on him. $5.1 million that went to him. $1.3 million went to his insurance company. His manager got $823,000, according to Business Insider. Lawyers, accountants, the crew payroll, celebrity basketball tournaments, everything else, $1 million. Marshmello, whose real name is Christopher Comstock, received a $9.9 million grant more than a year later when the Small Business Administration asked for proof of where it went. His business manager, Steve McCauley, responded by saying all of the money went into his pocket. He didn't even have to provide an account. He just said, listen, he put it all in his own pocket. Good God. Steve Aoki, DJ Kid Millionaire Touring, used $2.4 million in grant money on payroll costs, of which $1.9 million was officer pay. I believe he's the officer. And he's the company's only officer. 3 of 4 members of the rock band Shinedown split at least $2.5 million of their $8.3 million grant on top of those distributions. Shinedown's 4 members paid themselves more than $100,000 each of the roughly $1.2 million grant that was allocated for payroll. This is crazy. Oh, snaps. Ray Shrimmer. They paid themselves $7.7 million of a grant. Good God. Alice in Chains. Guitarist Jerry Cantrell took in $1.4 million. They just stole y'all blind. So if y'all want to know where all of the money went, it didn't go out to the streets. It went to their pockets. So while y'all sitting there worshiping these people on Instagram, thinking that these people is really balling, yeah, man, this and that, this and that, the rich got richer off of y'all backs. The rich got richer off of your backs. So when you went to work every day, and you should be upset about it, when you went to work every day and you decided, you know what, I'm going to pay my taxes, I'm going to dedicate myself to doing the right thing, I am going to make sure that I pay the federal government their fair share. They was getting rich off of y'all. They was getting rich off of y'all. And that's probably only a fraction of the people that came up. Because if you don't think that they was like, hey man, we can get this free money, and then they went and they went and supported Kamala Harris for president of the United States of America. Dang. Y'all should feel bad about that. Y'all should absolutely feel bad about that. That's unfortunate, but I guess that's just life, right? I wish I could have got me some loan money. Can I get some loan money and get away with it?